Yo, what's happening? It's Benjamin D'Souza here, the Prince, back with another classic. It's about 4:45 in the morning here. I'm way across yonder right now. I'm not even in the continental U.S. I'm at my first duty station, and what I want to talk about is something that happened on my first official day, a part of my unit at my first duty station. Okay, so I'm walking into the barracks, right? And there's a main lobby. And in the barracks, you have some soldiers who are on staff duty. They just basically just man the desk at the barracks and just, glorify secretary and shit or whatever, right? So it's two of them on duty, right? It was a sister. Ironically enough, she had her head wrapped. I don't know if you call it a hijab or what, but it looked Islamic in nature. But she had her head wrapped, had her fucking uniform on and all that other shit. It's cool, whatever. And it was a brother that was on duty with her. Excuse me. And this brother, as I was passing through the lobby, he was on the telephone and he was having a conversation with someone on the telephone, and he was saying, and he was talking loud. He was like, "Man, what we gonna do about all these police killings, man?" And when I walked through, I could see the other races of people, namely white people, were getting visibly agitated by the conversation in which he was having, right? Now, God has blessed me with the ability to kind of, even when I'm out and about, moving about, if I hear or see something that is kind of in the realm of outrageous, that you can't visibly discern it on me. You know what I mean? I got a good poker face. You know what I'm saying? I can maintain my bearings even when I hear somebody say something outrageous, or if I'm walking down the street and I see across the street, I see something outrageous, I can keep my poker face. So I was walking through, I heard him say that shit, and I'm thinking in my head, what the fuck is this goofy ass nigga talking about? It really made my ears perk up, but I just as it says in the Bible, thick sure gaze ahead. You keep a thick sure gaze ahead. You feel me? Don't look to the left or the right. Keep moving. Basically, keep moving like you minding your business. You feel me? Even though you're perceptive about what's going on around you. So I hit the button for the elevator and I go ahead and go upstairs. Now, I'm new here. He knows I'm new. He hasn't seen my face before. To me, how I perceived that is that he's one of these wokeities, and that's one of his recruiting methods to his wokety crusade that he's on. You know, shit. Let me just sit here in the lobby of the barracks, and the barracks that I'm at, a certain wing of the barracks, there are new soldiers coming in every single day to a particular wing of this barracks. So there are new soldiers coming in every week, and they gotta pass through this lobby and they gotta go through this building, right? So he's here as soon as the soldiers, and some of the soldiers are coming straight from AIT or OPSEC. They're coming straight from basic training and shit. You know, fresh in the army and whatnot, so they don't know no better. Some of them coming straight out of high school, went straight from high school to basic. Now they're at their first duty station, and my concern with this is, I'm old enough to where I've been around from the conscious rap of the conscious hip hop of the late 80s, early 90s to, you know, all the shit that's been going on from Rodney King all the way up until now. You know, I was in elementary school when Rodney King got the brakes beat off of him. And I actually seen live news coverage of the LA riots. You know what I'm saying? So I've been around for a while. Now, granted, I look young, so he might have thought I was, fresh out of high school and shit. But he's using that, as a recruiting method. My problem with that is you got young brothers who don't know no better, who don't know shit about life. They may be seduced by his radical emotional rhetoric, and then they get pulled into that fucking woke rabbit hole, you know? And it's always the big mouth motherfuckers. Motherfuckers always running their fucking mouth. You know, they're on Facebook or Twitter. They got their Twitter fingers popping the most shit that ain't gonna do shit, you know. So God forbid that his his bullshit rhetoric seduces a young brother who is about that action, and God forbid that young brother takes his rhetoric and puts it into action and puts himself, his friends, and his family members and whatnot, etc., in a dangerous and compromising position. God forbid that happens, you know. But for the young brothers out there, now, quick caveat, I'm not a Blue Lives Matter type of guy. I'm not here making excuses for the people who are enacting these injustices against us. No, I am not. I'm most definitely not. I'm not making excuses for police. I'm not making excuses for vigilantes. Not at all. My issue is that particular brother, his response to what's going on in the country today is inappropriate. It's an inappropriate response. You up here bumping your fucking gums, being an agitant, agitating other groups of peoples, and now they're gonna be on paranoid. Now their antennas are going up, and they're gonna be paranoid because they see that you're stirring the fucking hornet's nest. Now they're gonna be looking at me and every other brother in their purview with a side eye. Because here's the thing, real G's move in silence like lasagna. Now I feel Chronicles of Judah 144 when he says, you fucking internet revolutionaries who always talking shit. Nigga, get the shit popping. Get the shit popping and shut the fuck up. You know. Now this isn't a shot at particular people who who do advocate for us as black folks. I'm not taking a shot at those people because I believe there are certain people who do have the authority to advocate for us. But the average layman, the average everyday wokity, they need to have many seats. They need to go have a stadium worth of fucking seats, a goddamn auditorium of seats. That's what they need to do. Because as it says in the Bible, zeal without knowledge is not good. It's not good. And trust me, I know from experience. I've been zealous about various things in my life without knowledge on a certain subject. And by the grace of God, I'm still alive today, you know? And that goes with anything, you know? Don't be so zealous to jump into the fray on shit, especially when motherfuckers try to gas you up. Brothers, don't be so quick, you know. You might have a homeboy or something, or if you got a silly sister, you know. Speaking about, let me just touch on this proxy violence thing real quick, because the brother Dr. Tiosan Johnson made an excellent video with a example of the proxy violence that's been going on within our community. You go to his channel and check that out or whatever, right? So, some of you brothers may have a silly sister or a female cousin and shit. Until you get all the details on the shit, if they come to you, bro, cuz, with a situation, don't be so quick to jump into the fray, because you weren't there. You don't have knowledge on the situation, so don't let your zeal flare up too much, you know. And one last thing, because I see these motherfuckers all the time, man. Going First time I got on TikTok, man, my fucking timeline was flooded with a bunch of wokety channels on TikTok. I'm like, how the fuck? Like what? I was like, what? Scratching my head, like, what the fuck is going on? I don't. It's my first time on TikTok. Why is my whole feed just being flooded with a bunch of wokety shit, man? Like, I had to go through and fucking manipulate the algorithm on my shit, because I just go to TikTok just to watch silly shit and unwind and shit. You know what I mean? So I had to go through and start blocking motherfuckers that popped up on my fucking feed. Like, bro, I don't want to hear you. So, I see this shit on TikTok, Instagram, fucking Facebook. I got friends and cousins and family members and associates and what have you who are on this woke shit, bruh. And I'm just sitting back, just laughing. Not laughing, but kind of scoffing and chuckling to myself. Because I'm like, you motherfuckers wasn't on this shit back in '07. Back in '06, '07, you know, back in the early to mid 2000s, you niggas wasn't on this shit at all. And I know because I was there. You know where I was back in '05, '06, '07. I was back home in my city at the fucking Afrocentric bookstores and whatnot, at the Afrocentric shops and shit, which, some of the Afrocentric shops back home, one in particular, I still patronize because I need my black soap, you feel me, and my shea butter and shit. But, I was at these shops, buying Ivan Van Sertima books and not Chancellor William books and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was on that type of time, reading the books and all that other shit. While you niggas was going to the clubs and being fly and shit. You know what I'm saying? I had the fucking red, black, and green wristbands and shit. Reading the books and shit with the seashells in my fucking locks and whatnot, and wearing the Afrocentric pattern shirts and shit. And you niggas was looking at me like I was a goofy. Now, fast forward X amount of years later, what do you know? Ooh, what do you know? It's in style now. It's in style to be a wokety. Wow, that's amazing. It's amazing. So that's another reason for you young brothers. Don't be so don't be so quick, man, to jump into the fray over some rhetoric that you hear from these everyday wokeities, man, because they're just following. Most of them, the majority of them, are just following a fad. It's in vogue to be woke. So, like everything that's in vogue, motherfuckers are gonna, ride the wave. So don't be seduced by the rhetoric of a motherfucker who's just riding the wave. You know, this shit ain't in a lot of these niggas. It's just on them. You feel me? But yeah, man, get up on that.